I attribute this recipe to my girlfriend, Kate Fiocco. Been best friends since we were 5, 25 years ago. I want to thank my videographer, Mr. Dave Cooper, the first man. Thank you, Dave. We have turned our oven on to 400. 400. We've got our KitchenAid ready. Okay, come on back here. And we've got 2 sticks of butter. I believe my lovely assistant Kirk sent out the ingredients earlier today, but I used 2 sticks of butter that's softened. The trick to that is put those sticks of butter out the night before so they get nice and soft. You want a nice soft butter. If you wait and you try to put it in the microwave, it's a disaster. I'm lucky enough to have this great KitchenAid that I've had for years. So we got that butter all going. And then we use 3/4 cup of white granular sugar. And I've done all this earlier today, or one of my assistants did this earlier today. I did this earlier today. So white sugar, 3/4 cup. Second tip, 3/4 cup of light brown sugar. Now, you've got to use fresh light brown sugar. You want to make sure it's fresh. The ingredients are really important in a good cookie. Let that blend. I'm going to show my cooking assistant, Jack. Come over here, Jack. Jack is waiting for something to fall. These are not good for dogs. So is that all blends? I'm sorry for all my friends that are in Rochester and Buffalo that have zoomed in. Sorry that your weather wasn't good today, last couple of days with that snow. Kind of a insult and a tough injury. Now, next I'm going to add some of our wet mixtures. These are 2 large eggs. You don't want to use extra large eggs. You don't want to use medium, large. And you always want to crack your eggs into a bowl separate from putting it into the mixer, because if you have a little bit of cracked shell, then you're digging in there. So always crack it into a different bowl. Just add that in. Mix that up. Let that go. Okay, so here's the difference between my cookies and other people's cookies. And I'm not saying mine are better at all. I'm just saying it's just different. I don't use any baking powder and no baking soda. This will rise, and I'll show you how to make your cookies rise without it. So the next item, as we're entering all of our wet materials, is vanilla. 2 teaspoons, and I think Kirk was going to post that, all the ingredients. 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Vanilla. And a little bit more. I always add a little bit more. And the secret to these cookies is the almond extract. People, when they eat these cookies, they go, what is it? What is it that we're tasting? And it's almond extract. It calls for a ½ teaspoon. I put a little bit more in, just a little bit more. There you have it. All of your wet ingredients are right in there. So we'll let that mix up. So we have a little dead time between all of these different things. And so maybe we'll show you a little bit about the house. So as we wait for that to blend, come on, Dave. I'll show you the puzzle I'm working on. Here we are in the dining room, and I'm working on a puzzle that a very good friend of mine gave me to work on. And come close, Dave, and see all it is a picture of dogs. How lovely, because I love dogs. And look at these beautiful white, black, and gray dogs. Here are the white, gray, and black pieces. I will never finish this puzzle. Okay. There's all of our wet ingredients. Now, next item is to put it in our flour. 2 cups, and we add a little bit of time of just regular white flour. I wonder if there are any questions from the audience as we do this.
Dr. Cooper, I have a question.
Marianne?
Yes, Marion.
How many cookies does this typically make?
Well, it's a very good question. Depends how large you want to make them. I tend to make them on the large side. So when I have just a cookie, because I only had one. But we'll do that with actually this tablespoon will help us. I like to make them nice and large. So I would say you get probably 4 dozen cookies. Okay, so now our dough's ready. Now we're going to talk about ingredients, right? So we're going to add in, first, I'm sorry for all of you that have nut allergies, but we're adding in about a cup of chopped pecans. I always tell people when I give my cookies to them, I'm sorry, if you have nut allergies, you can't have these, but the pecans really give it a good texture. These chocolate chip cookies are different because they've got 2 kinds of chips. I'm going to ask my videographer to take a picture of both of them. These are the chips that I use. And they're both Ghirardelli, and I apologize because I think that they're expensive, but I always get them on sale. But it's important to have like a bittersweet chocolate and a classic white. Can't go wrong with a classic white and a bittersweet. So usually it's 2 bags, but these were on sale, so I bought the bigger one. So I make it this size. So it's usually 2 bags of this size. But you want, and then go ahead and talk about that, Dave.
No, we're just going to give you a little shout out of the Cooper restaurant down in Palm Beach Gardens. And then there's a little heart, and then Springfield College. So little Springfield College love right there. Okay,
so you add in the chips. Big chips. Not little chips, big chips. Go big or stay home.
Thumb up.
Okay.
Super yummy.
White chips.
Super yummy.
Okay, so far the tips are that you're using softened butter, using good quality ingredients, right? Your dog right there looking for something to drop. 2 kinds of chips. You don't just want chocolate chips, you want white chocolate, and you want beef chips. And almond extract. All right. Now the other big secret about these cookies are my cookie pans. These cookie pans are, how old do you think, Dave?
30.
34 years old. So maybe you won't be able to replicate these cookies at your own house. They are, I think we had these when we first got married. We've been married 34 years. We had them, we moved to Irondequoit, and look at them, they are so beat up. Every time I have tried to make these cookies on a different pan, they never turn out the same. So I think it's kind of like the magic carpet in the Disney World. I think there's something about these pans. But see how they're really keeping tablespoons of cookie dough. Now, cookies are very high maintenance cookies.
So I have another question, Dr. Cooper.
Oh, go right ahead. Thank you.
So I see that you're not greasing or using a Silpat. So these come out just fine without sticking.
We sure hope. No, we do not grease them. Or put wax paper on it. But they're kind of high maintenance in the sense that you have to baby them, and you'll see what happens. You can't walk away from the oven very long because you got to keep turning them. Ovens are not precise machines. They don't always produce the same even cooking throughout the pan. I'm sure you have found that yourselves at home. So cookies like this require a little bit of turning. This is another kind of tip. Can you come closer, videographer? So we're going to put on this medium rack and this top rack. But it's 8:27. In 4 minutes, we're going to turn and we're going to exchange so that they all get evenly cooked. Okay, so now we are tending to these high maintenance cookies. See how nice they're rising without any baking soda or baking powder. You got to turn them though because it doesn't cook evenly. Always turn the cookie sheets about 4 minutes in. You're going to keep them in at 400 for about 11 minutes. Well, I've been cooking a little bit for our staff and facilities and in public safety. So if you worked there, you could get some of these cookies because they are definitely helping us out big time. And they like it. So see now, the cookies that were at the bottom shelf need a little bit more heat. So about halfway through, you got to change them up. That's why they're so darn high maintenance. They've been in for about 11 minutes. We let them cool for a minute on the magic cookie sheets. And then we take them over here and they'll cool a little bit longer. And again, they look like a little bit undercooked, but I promise you they're not. These are best eaten warm or frozen. What I'll do after our show is finished is I'll put many of them in a bag in the freezer, and they are so darn good frozen with a cup of coffee or a cup of tea in the morning. Best way to eat them. Last tip is that it's always good to cook on cool baking sheets. So I will actually sit these aside for about 10 minutes and let them completely cool down. So the next batch of cookies that comes in will go on cool sheets. They just do better that way. But see how nice and fluffy they are? Oh my gosh. Just makes you wish you had a little bit of milk and had a chance to eat these. You are going to send these over to public safety after we finish up. So we'll give them to them or facilities, whoever's around, because they're taking really good care of us here. And we appreciate that. And who doesn't appreciate a warm cookie?
Before we go, but I just want to thank you for taking us into your home and taking the time during this wild time that we're all living through to teach us your magical cookie recipe. I'm excited to try it. Once I get out to the store for my next essential run, I'm going to get all the ingredients and see what we can do.
Thank you all for jumping in. Thank you for organizing this. And I wish you all good health. And I miss you.